Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Small Talk. I am going to talk about whether we should eat one meal a day, two meals a day, or three meals a day. This is going to be for my video series of healthy lifestyle. I've spoken about intermittent fasting for beginners. As I said, try to do 12-hour fast and extend your period of fasting. It will be very beneficial for you. Now I'm going to talk about whether we should eat one meal a day or two meals a day. There are lots of people talking about OMAD or one meal a day. Uh, um, I don't know if that's really that beneficial. I do that sometimes, however, but I don't do it because I force myself to do it. I do it because sometimes I just don't feel hungry and I don't have the appetite to eat. So if I'm not hungry, I don't eat. And then by the time I feel hungry, it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So if I eat a big meal at 3 o'clock, then I'm not going to eat dinner because I am not hungry again. So I guess my metabolism is so slow that I don't feel the urge to eat. However, if you have a healthy system, healthy digestive system, and you don't feel that way, I would say you should definitely eat a minimum of two meals a day. You can give 12-hour gap in between each one of your meals and see how that works out for you. I do definitely believe that giving a longer period breaks to your digestive system is very beneficial, not only just to lose weight, but also other health problems that you may have or stomach problems that you may have. It will cure those. What you should, if you're willing to do one meal a day, what should your meal look like? So usually what people do is they skip their breakfast in the morning and then they have coffee or a bullet coffee. Bullet coffee is like you put lots of fat or ghee in your coffee in the morning, and then you drink that. That will fill your stomach so you don't feel hungry at all. And because ghee and fat and coffee does not spike your insulin, it does not make you gain weight. So you can have a bullet coffee in the morning, drink glass of water, or you can have lemon water. There are like maybe 1 or 2 calories, but that's not going to kill you. That's okay. And then you can go about your day, and then you can have your meal around 2 o'clock roughly. But make sure that your meal is filled with lots of fats, good fats, of course, nuts, proteins, vegetables, and some fruit. Try to avoid carbs or go low carb. If you must have carbs, then make sure you get whole grains and whole wheat flour, brown rice, etc. Don't go for the white bread or white flour, etc. um, Number two, when you eat your meal, even if you are eating at 2 o'clock, you can eat in 1 hour window, and that will be still considered one meal a day. Whatever you can eat in that 1 hour window, that's still considered OMAD. So one meal doesn't mean that you have to finish your meal within 15 minutes time window and then you have to wait for 24 hours to eat again. No, you don't have to do that. You can eat um, for whole 60 minutes, multiple things, take in as many calories as your body needs for the day to function, and then that will be considered your one meal a day. Ideally, I suggest that we should skip one meal and stick to two meals a day because they're better. And skipping breakfast is usually easier because everybody is on the run. If you're working, or of course you have to get to work by a certain time, you can just grab a cup of black coffee and just get in your car and go to work, and that's fine. Then you won't feel hungry until lunchtime. You can pack your healthy lunch with you and you can eat it during your lunch break. And then when you come home, dinner is the hardest thing to resist because that's when we, as Americans, we cook the best meal, and that's when we actually sit down with the family and eat. So you want to enjoy that one meal that we eat as a family together with your family. So I will not suggest that you should skip dinner, because if you would skip dinner, it will not be sustainable. You might be able to do it for 1 or 2 days, but then eventually you will not be able to stick with it. But breakfast is much easier because everybody is in the rush in the morning. Everybody has to go to school, work, or whatever the case may be. Even if you're not working mom or working dad, you may still have some errands to run in the morning, drop off your kids to school, get them ready for the school, prepare breakfast for the family. There could be multiple things that you might be doing in the morning. So I don't think that will be much any difficult for you to skip breakfast. So you can have your first meal around 11, 12 o'clock. And then again, make sure you eat lots of protein, healthy fats. When I say healthy fats, I mean when you're eating egg, eat the whole egg. Don't just eat egg white, because egg yolk has large amount of protein and it has good source of omega 3 and fatty acids. It's not the bad cholesterol, it's the good cholesterol that the egg yolk has. This was one research long 20, I don't know, 25 years ago that said that egg yolks are bad because they increase your cholesterol. But there are two types of cholesterol. There's a good cholesterol, there's a bad cholesterol. So the egg yolk actually helps you increase good cholesterol and not bad cholesterol. So eating 2 eggs, 3 eggs a day is actually very good for you. I've been doing it for last, I don't know, 25 years of my life. So far, alhamdulillah, knock on boards, I don't even take pills for headache. I'm that healthy. I had made a commitment to myself that I don't want to be on pills until at least I turn 55. So far, I'm doing pretty good, alhamdulillah. With the grace of God, I have not, I have been able to maintain that. Number two, so eat whole egg. Everything that you eat, just eat whole. Anything that's natural. Like, for example, drink whole milk yogurt. Eat the entire egg, don't just eat egg white. Eat avocados, they're like butter growing on trees. It's like the best source of fats that you can consume. Very healthy for you. You can eat nuts, but be careful with the nuts, because nuts have very high calorie content. They're very dense in calories. So you can eat nuts, they're good for you. For example, walnuts, etc. They're very good source of omega-3 fatty acids, so they are very good for your heart. But at the same time, they're very dense in calories. So if you consume too many of them, you may be going over your caloric need for the day. You can have desi ghee, olive oils. Avoid any kind of canola oil and vegetable oils for cooking and for consuming otherwise, because that's slow poison, that's killing people, that's causing all kind of heart problems, and you should avoid those at all costs. My next video will be probably on what kind of oils you should consume. That will be actually very beneficial, because lots of people don't understand that just because it's cooking oil, that doesn't mean it's healthy. It's actually really bad for you. Desi ghee, on the other hand, is very good source of fats. You should cook your meal in it. You can even eat a teaspoon of desi ghee in the morning if you're skipping your breakfast, or you can put desi ghee in your coffee, and that will become your bullet coffee in the morning. That will hold you until lunchtime if you feel hungry in the mornings. So that's, and then you can have fish, chicken. I also recommend that when you're eating chicken or any kind of meat, get some fats in the meat. It's also a myth that animal fat kills you. It does not. The new research shows that the fatty meat is actually very good for you. It keeps you fuller longer, and it does not increase your cholesterol. Of course, beef is an exception, but if you're eating lamb, goat, chicken, etc., don't just eat white lean meat, because lean meat has more carb content than protein and fats. So it will help you stay fuller for a long period of time, and it's good for you. Do little light exercise, even 20 minutes walk a day, brisk walk a day will be enough. Anything is better than nothing. Of course, if you are a lifter, or if you do other intense cardio or HIIT training or grit, or whatever, that's wonderful. But if you're not very gym going person, and exercise is not something that you're looking forward to, just take a brisk walk every day, and that should be very beneficial to you. And then also for good fats, you can consume, what else can you eat? Yes, you can have multigrains. You don't have to skip carbs altogether. You can have some carbs, but just eat good carbs, which includes brown rice, multigrain, whole grain breads. You can have quinoa, you can have tofu. Those are all good for you, and they're a good source of carbohydrates. You can have lots of vegetables, they have lots of carbs in them. You can eat some fruits, but not too much, because fruit has very large sugar content as well. That's also a myth that you can consume unlimited amount of fruits. That's not true, because fruits, yes, they're a natural source of sugar, but they do have sugar. They do spike your insulin, and when your insulin goes up, of course, it's going to make you gain weight. And then once you're done with your breakfast or your first meal, make sure you stay hydrated, drink lots of water. And then when you come home, when you're eating dinner, you can have healthy dinner as long as you don't put too much sugar and carbs in your dinner. You can have a lean piece of meat, you can have steak, you can have lamb chops or goat chops if you're a meat lover. You can have kofta or meatballs. You can have maybe brown rice, just like 1 cup. Just measure one measuring cup. Don't just have like a plate full with like the way they see eat their biryani. That's too much rice. You can have 1 cup of rice. You can have some salad with it and a lean piece of meat. You can have a small piece of beef, chicken, fish, or lamb or goat chops. They're all good for you. Avoid desserts. You don't have to have dessert after every meal. Once in a while, it's okay. You can do one cheat day when you can have dessert, but every day dessert is absolutely not necessary. Um, so 2 meals a day is very reasonable option. That way in the morning when you're not eating until noontime, again back to intermittent fasting, that will give you between 12 to 16 hour window without eating, which is very good for you because your body will dig into that stored fat that we have. We all have that. And then it will gradually burn that extra fat because it will need that extra fat to consume for energy. And slowly you will realize that the pounds are shedding around the waist, particularly, and all those problem areas. Everybody has different problem areas. For me, it's around my waist, my belly. That's where my body stores fat. For some people, it's their hips. For some people, it's their shoulders. For some people, it's their face and their neck part. So it's like everybody has this problem area, and then you will realize that wherever the body stores the fat, it's going to gradually melt off of you because you're giving your body a longer period of break by skipping 1 meal a day. Once you're pro at uh, 2 meals a day, once in a while you can do 1 meal a day, which is also a very good option. But I don't recommend that doing too often because that will slow down your metabolism and then you will have no energy left to do your everyday chores. I hope this video helped. Please give my video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Until next video, Assalamu alaikum.